My dear friends, today the church celebrates the solemnity of Christ the King of the universe. And in the gospel, we hear that famous dialogue between Pontius Pilate and the Lord, where Pilate asks whether Jesus is the King of the Jews. It's interesting that the Lord doesn't answer the question directly, because the kingship that he has brought is radically different from anything Pilate would have known or even understood. But what the Lord does speak about is something perhaps that you and I need to reflect on, because he speaks of what the adherents or the citizens of a kingdom would ordinarily do if their king was threatened. And of course, he's speaking of our normal, everyday, modern world. But the question that it provokes is this: for you and I who recognize Christ as this different sort of king, as this divine king, shepherd of love, one who gives in self-sacrifice for his citizens, what is our expected behavior vis-a-vis our king? How do we express our allegiance to this king? My friends, in this last week of the year, it's something for you and I to think about. Because if our behavior does not mirror the Lord's, if our life is not about a self-sacrificing love for neighbor and even for enemy, if our life is not about denying the temptations of power and privilege which the earthly kingships value so much, if our behavior is not that, then allow me to ask, how do we show our allegiance to our King? Advent will begin next week, a time of repentance and self-reflection. Perhaps Pilate's question is something you and I need to reflect on for our own salvation and for the good of the world.